Before we get into the video, I just want to say Shokz sent these out to sponsor the video. Long story short, these are freaking awesome. Check these out. Okay, so I know I'm getting super old and I only just started skateboarding for the first time in 12 years. My brittle bones and back hate me already. But with that comes the need to drown my sorrows out with some good music. And something a little bit more interesting than channeling my inner Chad Muska and trying to land my first 360 flip in over a decade with the Shokz OpenFit. And straight up, when it comes down to using any sort of earbuds, I've only ever used in-ear earbuds, headphones, and I haven't really thought of doing it any other way. And that said, Shokz has some pretty interesting ways to give you your audio. They have options to give you audio through your bones. And of course, recently they have the Shokz OpenFit to give you an open ear music experience. And for myself, of course, I go to the gym, I skateboard, I work as an accountant during the day in an open office setting, so needing to hear my surroundings is an absolute must. And really, I didn't quite realize having an open ear set of earbuds like these sort of changes everything. And by no means am I an audio master, nor have I ever had an experience with open ear earbuds, but straight up, this is innovation. The thing is, in-ear earbuds sound awesome, but between them falling out, drowning out your surroundings, maybe having tinnitus, or the fact that they can get moist, makes a pretty good reason to check these out. So let me take you guys through the Shokz OpenFit in my attempt at sleeping, training, skateboarding, and maybe even some gaming. That's a lot of things, so let's get to it. Okay, so not only do these not fall out with the dolphin hook, but I can also hear all of my surroundings, which is actually pretty sweet. And really, in-ear earbuds have been the norm dating back as far as people can remember, even before the original iPods and stuff. But frankly, some people don't like earbuds or even a headset. But for these though, they let you get away with incredible sound quality, all while still being able to hear Timmy on his bike, who hasn't quite found his brakes yet. Okay, let's go. Now I'll touch more on how these sound in a bit, but it actually doesn't quite make sense how good these sound. I don't quite understand it. And I will say the range on these are actually super good. I've been riding around this skate park all day without clipping once, so good stuff. And the battery on these is actually really good. But don't forget to recharge yourself and hydrate. The battery will last 7 hours on its own and even up to 28 hours with the charging case. The case does charge by USB Type-C as well, and the cable is included. I'm so out of shape. Okay, so now that my back is completely broken, my skate session is officially done. And in terms of battery, I've been here for a couple hours and I still have 90% battery on the Shokz. So I definitely don't have to worry about battery at all. And if I had to, I could always put it in the case to charge up even more. It has 7 hours battery while listening and up to 28 with the case. And when I pop them in the case for 5 minutes, I get another hour of listening time. And if you're an ultra marathon runner or person or whatever you call it, you should probably go train because you won't last as long as these in terms of energy. But when it comes to skateboarding, at least, I'm pushing, jumping, falling, and riding in between people. And the Shokz OpenFit, they're insanely lightweight and super comfortable. They're made of this super soft silicone material, so you don't even really feel that they're there. And I can't stress this enough, with the open ear earbuds, you can hear literally everything around you, so little Timmy on his bike is not hitting me. Not today, at least. Okay, so I mentioned I'm not an audio overlord by any means, nor can I really let you hear what I hear. But what I can say is I've listened to a whole lot of music and audio over the last couple of weeks with multiple methods, and by comparison, these hold up incredibly well. I listen to old West Coast hip hop, recent punk rock tracks, and 80s ballads, and really everything just sounds good. If you do want to swap out your personal EQ though, all of this can be done inside the Shokz app. And by comparison, what I've used recently are my Sony headphones, a pair of noise-canceling Soundcore earbuds, as well as AirPods. But what I don't quite get is how the Shokz actually got these to sound as good as they do. And for something that's not actually inside your ear, all the low ends and bass actually sound pretty good, and you don't even have to bump up the volume. And simply, it kind of confuses my tired millennial brain. They do this somehow with their open bass algorithm, which adjusts the EQ in real time to keep the lows and bass bumping. Again, all while open ear. But if I had to describe the sound overall, it's kind of like it's inside your head, but like not. And of course, while I don't throw down long gaming sessions like I used to, I gotta say these are super lightweight and comfortable to use. Not like you're gonna be playing any sort of FPS games on here, but if you're just playing Diablo 4 and vibing out in Discord, these are definitely it. And if you don't want to wear a headset and get a head dent, or don't like to feel the earbuds again, these fit well inside my ear, and it's wildly soft with the liquid silicone endings. Definitely no complaints for me when clapping kids in Overwatch. It's a good alternative too, again, if you're at home. For myself, I can hear my wife and kids super easily if I'm needed. And this is my Diablo 4 Barbarian. His name is Catherine. And the microphones on here are absolutely decent enough for things like Discord. They're fine really, but nobody's really expecting voiceover quality out of these. They do the job and they do it well. And like I mentioned before, some people with in-ear earbuds get uncomfortable after a while, and some folks even get headaches. So for those people, these are right up your alley. And in terms of sound, I think it's easy to forget simply how good tech has gotten in the grand scheme of things. When I'm at the gym, skating, or just vibing to music or gaming, regardless of what earbuds I'm wearing, I'm never really thinking, wow, these sound super bad for any reason at all. And what I'm saying is, even with innovative earbuds like these that are different than what we're typically used to, they somehow hold up really well in terms of sound. And if you're worried about other people hearing your conversations or music, some way through wizardry, I guess, Shokz direct pitch technology makes it so that other people won't hear a thing. Well, they'll hear what you're saying, but they won't hear what you're hearing. This is at max volume and I don't think the mic is picking it up. Alright, so sound and specs aside, I do want to talk about the human aspect of things that we don't really think of when it comes to earbuds. And one of the main things here is that these are a true alternative to in-ear earbuds, simply for the human factor. And what I mean by that is just everything else apart from how they sound. And of course, I've already mentioned it, some people simply don't like earbuds. So whether that's the feeling of them being in your ear, the closed off sound, and even for people with tinnitus where the ringing gets louder when you wear earbuds or headphones, and of course Shokz won't take that away, but it just might help. And for that reason, these just might be the best alternative. And even with the dolphin hook, they still fit with glasses. And in my use case, they've been invaluable at the office for hearing my colleagues, since I work as an accountant during the daytime, so these have been great at the office. And I think it goes without saying for my athletes out there, these are an absolute no-brainer. You can hear traffic, you can play some damn good tunes, and your earbud won't fall out when you're lifting weights and you drop it and it crushes one of your earbuds. It might have happened to me before. These are also IP54 water resistant, and trust me, I sweat a whole ton. And look, for those of you who just want to listen to white noise and maybe throw on a podcast and go to sleep, these will definitely get you there and still be comfortable. Anyways, thanks for watching. Till next time. If you haven't skateboarded in over 12 years, prepare for a bad time. A fun time, but a bad time.